The job market is rough. Absolutely. It is rough out there. It really is. And I know that for a fact because I'm watching all these people as they get laid off more, and you have all these people that are getting laid off from even the FANGs in the hundreds and thousands. They get laid off, then they go into the same pool as everyone else who's trying to break into tech, and now you have more and more people that are struggling to bust into it. Look, it's not your fault. It is rough. You got to hang in there. You can't burn out. That's the biggest thing is once you start burning out, it really comes down to consistency, pushing forward. Look, there's only so many spots to be on a boat, and you got to make sure you get one of those spots. That's the reality, right? Things are shrinking down. It got overinflated during like the 2020, 21, basically COVID era. Once that happened, everything kind of got overinflated. They overhired. They had people just waiting, and that's when you saw like day in the life of. Those are all gone. Now you should see day in the life of someone who's trying to get a job in tech. It's rough. It is. It really is. You have to do constant networking. You got to go to events, but everyone there is just trying to sell you something half the time. It's either that or it's like at a bar and they all just want to drink and have fun. So either you're going to get drunk and hang out with people and not actually have some sort of network thing happen, or you're just going to have people selling you stuff. I've seen both sides. I've seen all sorts of people at these events. I've seen the people just get way too drunk that it's like, what are you even doing here, man? And the other side of people where it's like, you're just getting sold an item. And I'm like, man, this is really... Everyone's just trying to, yes, they're networking, but it's really just to get you to either buy their product, reach out to your pool of people that you might know, and or just have a good time, drink with people, and be social, which is an important thing to do, but holy smokes, man. It's crazy out there. It really is. So it's so important to not actually burn out and to lose that passion, because once you do, it's game over. It really is. Well, once you stop, when you go from, you're hungry for that job in tech, and you want it, and you want to get it, and then you're like, man, I'm famished, right? I'm no longer just hungry. I'm famished. I'm starving for that job in tech, but now I don't have the energy anymore. Now, next thing you know, you don't care. You're just going to lay there and be like, man, whatever, dude. And then you can become bitter, and you can see it on the Reddit. You can see it on the internet. Everyone gets so bitter, and I understand it. It's rough right now. It is. But if you really love it and you really want to push forward, then, just stay focused. Keep moving forward, working on the projects. I know it's like, and everyone does like template projects. Really think of cool things you can do on your own. Things that you want to create, things that you want to make. And that's what's so important with software engineering and programming is creating new stuff and being innovators. I feel like even with AI, it's like copy and paste, right? It's copy and paste pasta stuff, and it's just regurgitated templates. And that's cool when you're learning, absolutely. Oh, it's amazing to learn with. It's like the great accelerator of our time. You can just go. It makes programming so accessible. All the languages so accessible. Computer science more accessible. Things that maybe confuse someone like malloc or calloc or heaps, right? It makes that accessible. It makes it easier to understand. You can sit there and ask it the same question over and over and over until you finally get it, and it'll never get frustrated with you. It's AI. It has no feelings. It doesn't care. But it's not something new. You're not innovating, right? And that's what we always got to strive to do is just innovate, create something awesome, and then we can work on maintaining it and improving it. But we don't want to lose our passion, our sort of hope and faith in the industry. I know they've done a lot of damage. They really have. They really shot themselves in the foot a lot. But honestly, it's to not get burned out, to stay focused, to go outside. Maybe instead of spending every night grinding lead code, you're like, I'm gonna not do that. Spend some time with the family. Go be social. Go meet someone. Honestly, we'll be in those social situations that we actually sometimes just sort of bump into an opportunity. But consistency, constantly moving towards that goalpost, will eventually have something's gonna come. People who may even be way more talented than you are gonna peter off at some point. They're gonna be like, done. And if you just keep chugging along, no matter the skill level, as long as you keep improving every day and you keep going, eventually you're going to meet, and that opportunity is going to find you. You could call it luck if you want. Sometimes it is. Sometimes it's just really good timing. You can call it that, or it could just be consistency meets opportunity, and there you go. So once you find that opportunity, grab onto it, really get a stranglehold on it, but don't lose hope. Don't lose faith in the industry. Tech is something that is so cool and so amazing for us as human beings to just create and innovate, help someone. And that's the thing, is I just want to be able to help someone with my tech. That's what I want. I want my programs to help somebody, maybe with some sort of health issue. Maybe it's even the technology we have for like heart monitors and all that sort of, that's awesome. That's cool tech. That's good stuff. That's the stuff we should focus on. Things that can really help us out as humanity continues to grow and diversify and basically need innovation before we just sort of plateau. We don't want to plateau. That's lame. But honestly, don't lose faith and hope in the industry. Continue to push forward and continue to make these projects. Try to create or make creative ideas and ways that they can solve real world problems. That is such an important thing. And by doing that, eventually that opportunity is going to meet that chance. And you just got to make sure you don't burn out. So stay consistent. Consistency, opportunity. If you keep going, it'll hit, it'll meet, and you'll have that opportunity to finally land that tech job where you're like, oh, this is awesome. But I wouldn't only just aim for the fangs. I wouldn't do that. They've been around for a while. They're really laying off a lot of people. I think a lot of the coolest parts of software engineering is that you can kind of go from 0 to 100 almost by yourself. I mean, there are other compilers and things that people have created. Obviously, the languages you're using, people have created, right? So for sure, that's something to think about. But it's so important to just like, hey, sit down and be like, I want to go from 0 to 100. What can I do? Plan it out, start to finish. What is the workflow? What do I want the user to do? What is the schema going to look like? How are they going to connect? Is it one-to-one, one-to-many, many-to-many? How do I want the data to be influenced? How do I want them to access the data? What do I not want them to access, right? So many cool things to put together. And as you do that, you'll become a better programmer, a better developer. And honestly, it'll help you from just burning out. You got to stay focused, make cool projects. And yeah, just don't burn out. I know it's really tough. It's not your fault. It is rough out there. But if you stay consistent and that opportunities, it's always going to be there. So there's always opportunities. They open up every day. So you stay consistent, they will meet. But if you stop and you may never hit it. You may never actually reach that goal you're getting to. But that was it. Just wanted to give you some motivation. It is full of negativity out there. It is rough. So, avoid the internet as much as you can when it comes to how people are feeling about the industry, about any industry right now. It's just rough. All right, I'll catch you all in the next one.